Taking a look at spell here, not a whole lot's changed since my previous video. From the test of the 2618 to where we are now is a 36% increase. And from wick to wick, let's see what it is. From wick to wick, we're looking at a 78% pump, so pretty decent. Now, we had a pretty extreme move to the downside, so I suspect we still have some more upside to go here. Whether this tops out at the 1618 or back at this red box of resistance, we're just going to have to see what happens. But as of right now, it looks like we're heading back to the 1618 for another potential rejection. Considering that we're still in a downtrend here, especially if you zoom out, you can still see we're setting lower highs as well as lower lows. So still technically in a downtrend, so we still have to treat this as a downtrend. You always have to remember whatever the trend is the direction the price is eventually going to move. So even if we have a pump here, it's probably still going to come back down until we start breaking some previous highs. Now if we turn on the Ichimoku cloud and the EMA ribbon here on the daily, you could see that the EMA ribbon is starting to catch up with price action and is starting to enter the 1618 zone. So this could very well be our top before we see another move lower. The Ichimoku cloud is pretty far away. It is getting a little bit thinner, so I'm not really concerned about it, at least on the daily. And even a move from where we are currently to the 1618 is another 45% move, so decent profits can be made here still, even though we're in a downtrend. If we take a look at the 4 hourly, you can see that we're testing the EMA ribbon again. We have been testing it pretty heavily throughout this move to the downside, which is a good thing, but it does look like we're making somewhat of a bear flag here. Usually moves like this, where we start a mini uptrend after a downtrend, indicate that we're going to have a continuation of a downtrend. And we could very well move all the way up to this Ichimoku cloud before we see that move down, or all the way up to the 1618 as I mentioned before. If we do manage to break the EMA ribbon to the upside, our next hurdle to jump is going to be the Ichimoku cloud here. You can see it's relatively wide, and we've already found a rejection off it back here. The hourly is looking a little bit better here. We have broken through the Ichimoku cloud and turned it green, although with not that much strength. You see the EMA ribbon has turned green here on the hourly, and we've had a couple of moves below it, but for the most part it's holding support as of right now. The spread isn't very large, so it could very well be something like this, where we kind of just trade sideways and again find a further move down. And ultimately on the smaller time frames, we're going to have to break this 200 EMA to the upside, which might not be that much of a problem, especially considering how strong of a move we've had down. We could do something like this, where we have a decent pump to the 1618 and again have another move down. So to sum things up here, we're likely going to see a move up to this 1618 before another rejection, which is sitting around 002. And this really depends on how fast this moves up. If we kind of do this very slow move up like this that we've been doing, it'll probably stop out at the 1618. If we manage to come up here pretty quickly, we could very well retest this red box of resistance again, as the EMA ribbon is up here. So we could do something like this and then find another move down. And if we do break the 2618 to the downside, we'll likely move to the 3618, which is sitting around 0005. And considering that there's no price history down here for this could really fall anywhere for the most part. There really isn't any information indicating a bottom other than where the Fibonacci retracement lies. And even then, that's a general zone. You can see here when we tested the 2618, we actually bottomed out a little bit below it. So if we do break this to the downside, it could be something like this, or even like this, or even above it. So this is just something to keep in mind. This is all I have for Spell today. If you enjoyed this video, go and hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, go and do so, as I try to post content daily. As always, this is not financial advice, and I'll see you in the next one.